Hey everyone, I'm Brandon Zelasco, and I am VP of Strategy and Operations for a Denver-based communications firm called SE2. And we focus on getting to the heart of the issue so that our clients can move our world. And one of the things that we're talking about today is influencer marketing. And I'm here with Laura Bonero, who is our owned media strategist, and Lori Holden, who is an influential blogger here in Colorado and writes for lavenderlose.com. Thanks for being here today. I'm really excited to talk to you guys about this. And I thought, since this is kind of a newer strategy that our clients and organizations are considering putting into their communications mix, I thought it'd be really helpful, Laura, to start with just defining for people what we really are talking about when we say influencer marketing.
Yeah, so influencer marketing is a tactic where you use bloggers, social media leaders, and other community voices to share your brand message or to promote your product or organization. Brands love it because it is proven to be really effective for brand building and brand awareness. And audiences love it because it has a pretty authentic and approachable feel, especially compared to some other more traditional marketing tactics.
Yeah, that's helpful. And Lori, what are some of the channels that you use as an influencer to get that message out for brands?
First and foremost is my blog, and then as a side of that, I'm always promoting my own posts on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram.
So Laura, we've been using influencer marketing now for a couple of years on several different campaigns. And I think along the way we've learned that there are some campaigns that are better for influencer marketing than others. What are the objectives that are really well aligned with using influencer marketing?
Yeah, influencer marketing is great if you're going after a couple goals, one of which would be brand building, or if you are going after sort of an issues awareness approach where you want to spark interest about your brand, your organization, your issue in a community, or if you simply want to build your library of user-generated content, stories, conversations around your organization or your product. We found that it's slightly less effective if you're going after conversions or if you're going after a lead generation approach.
So Lori, I know you've been working on influencer campaigns for a while now. Could you tell us a little bit about some of the issues that you've been hired to engage on?
Yeah, most recently I was invited to work on a campaign with you on anti-vaping. And because I have my own teenagers and because I teach teenagers, it was really wonderful for me to get informed about this issue that is so important to parents and so important to the future of our teenagers. So I really enjoyed that campaign.
So it sounds like you believe too that influencer marketing is a really great way to get the word out and have some conversation around these issues.
I do. Raising awareness is such a natural fit for the blogging influencers and social media influencers.
So Laura, you've worked on a number of these campaigns for our clients. Could you tell us a little bit about a recent one?
A recent campaign that we worked on was on behalf of a blood donation organization. And initially we set out to simply raise awareness about the importance of blood donation, and we used bloggers and digital influencers and social media influencers to do that. And what we found is that when we asked influencers to help share that message, they actually took it to a whole different level and came back with these incredible stories about how blood donation had saved their lives, had saved the lives of family members and loved ones, had helped them deliver healthy children, or had helped them through a life-saving surgery. So what began as a brand building campaign really also became this incredible surge of conversation about the importance of the issue, and it had this incredible authentic feel and a really compelling spread of content that I don't think we would have gotten through paid media or another marketing tactic.
Lori, I know you get pitched all the time from agencies and from brands to engage and to talk about their issues. What have you sort of observed along the way, and what advice would you give to those organizations when they're reaching out to you to really create an authentic campaign that you want to participate in?
That's a great question. I have a couple of ideas. One would be get to know me. Ideally, the first time I hear from you wouldn't be the pitch. It would be that you've left a comment on my blog, or you've tweeted something about, retweeted me with a comment showing that you've actually read my work and you know who I am. The second one is kind of give me some structure, but then let me run with it to get the stories like Laura was talking about. So that Goldilocks place between giving me what I need but not over controlling, because that's where the magic happens.
Right. And you mentioned this sort of Goldilocks, where we as brands and as an agency are giving you enough information but aren't being too prescriptive.
Yes.
What are some of those tools that you find really helpful for supporting you in your role of sharing and creating this message in your own vision?
It's really helpful to know what your deliverables are, what you want out of it. Like Laura was saying, are you looking for brand awareness? Are you looking for click-throughs? Let me know what that is. Make it really easy for me to tag you on various social media platforms. Don't make me look for your tags.
Yeah, so it sounds like regardless of whether you're doing it on an issue or you're doing it with a brand that's trying to sell a product or service, the point is that cultivating and really honoring those relationships and getting to know one another is truly what makes these campaigns much more effective than those where that's not the focus.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Laura, now that you've worked on many an influencer campaign, could you kind of share some of the tips and strategies that you use as the person who's reaching out to and trying to engage influencers to talk about issues that could be helpful for our viewers?
I would say make sure that you give influencers all of the basic tools that they're going to need to convey your message accurately, and then give them the creativity to run with it. So to begin with, give them the digital tools they'll need, maybe brand guidelines, assets, graphics, that kind of thing that you want to make sure comes through. Let them know your goals and objectives, and give them sort of the beginnings of the message that you want to share with the community. And then I would say hold it a little bit open-handedly and allow your influencers to take it and run with it, to add their personal story, their personal style to their photography or video. Because when you allow influencers to put their own voice towards your issue, that's when you're going to get that great authentic content.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I learned from you is that oftentimes brands want all of their messages included in this content, and that instead, I think we've found a lot of success in just picking the one, right? Like, what is the one key message that we really want to get out there, and asking them to be fairly prescriptive and stick to that, but then letting them play with everything else instead of asking them, here are 20 messages, like cram those all into there, because Lori, I think as you'd attest, it just doesn't seem natural and authentic when we do that. So Laura, do you have any closing thoughts that you want to share with organizations that are maybe thinking about it but are a little apprehensive to try influencer marketing?
Yeah, I would just encourage brands or organizations thinking about this to bring their creativity to it. Influencer marketing is something that can work no matter how big or small your campaign is, and it's really cost effective. I think you have a great opportunity to spread awareness about the issues that you care most about and build some community along the way.
And Lori, any advice from you as an influencer who may be engaged by one of these organizations?
Yeah, I think because the power of influencer marketing lies in that authentic connection that the influencer has with their audience, you want to also cultivate that authentic connection with your influencer. So make that more about quality, as much about quality as it is about quantity.
Well, Lori, thank you so much. I'm always inspired by the stuff that you guys are able to come up with on behalf of our clients and their issues. So thank you for sharing your expertise, and I hope that everybody watching found it to be really helpful. So if you have questions about influencer marketing, there are two ways that you can learn more. One is you can visit se2communications.com/influencer and get some tip sheets and look at some of the recent campaigns that we've developed, which may spark an idea or two for you. The second way that you can learn more is by scheduling a brain date with Laura and I. So we offer 30-minute consultations for free, where you can pick our brain about an issue that you're working on or a communications challenge that you have, and we're happy to share some ideas with you and maybe see if influencer marketing is the right fit for you.